Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We thank you for joining us as you always do on the television side on Comcast Channel 15 and on AT&T Channel 99. In addition, you can find us on our website on civiccentertv.com, on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15, and on YouTube at Civic Center TV. In addition, you can take us with you on the road, our live show, and all of our programming on Civic Center TV, live simulcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 89.3 Lakes FM. You can also listen online as well to Lakes FM on lakesfm.com. Diana, it was a nice day yesterday as a bit of a change from Wednesday in our community. It looks like there's going to be a lot more sunshine over the coming days as well.
It's going to be a mix of sunshine and clouds, but mostly sunshine, Tyler. We're starting off today with a little bit of a cloudy morning, but then it will transition to mostly sunny late morning and afternoon with clear skies throughout the night. The highs today are 51 degrees and lows are 31 degrees. And as we move into Friday, we're starting off with a mostly sunny morning, and then it will transition to a partly cloudy morning and afternoon with high temperatures of 46 degrees and low temperatures of 32 degrees. And moving into Sunday, 49 degrees are highs and 37 degrees low. We're starting off again with a cloudy, partly cloudy morning, and then it will transition to a mostly sunny late morning and clear skies throughout the day and into the evening, Tyler. Beautiful weekend coming ahead.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful week for the most part, minus, of course, that one day on Wednesday where we had a lot of that rain. Otherwise, it's been sunny. It's been very fall-like weather outside each and every day this week, and so we'll continue that into the weekend. As today we celebrate Veterans Day, and then we celebrate the official Veterans Day on Saturday. Plenty of fun events going on throughout our community. We had a celebration earlier on this week of our local heroes at the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast. Oakland County is recognizing veterans with some special lighting throughout the local area this weekend. And at 8:45, here in just a little bit, we'll talk with Bert Green, from a West Bloomfield resident, about a special rededication for a peace memorial that will be happening on Veterans Day right here in the Greater West Bloomfield community. In addition, it's Friday, which means we have football on Friday night. The West Bloomfield Lakers continue their push for an MHSAA Division I state championship in the regional final at home at the Swamp tonight. We'll tell you about that game as well as where you can view it across our network. Just down the street from West Bloomfield High School at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, one of their premier pitchers has committed to Michigan State University. We'll tell you about that athlete at Orchard Lake St. Mary's in just a little bit. A local artist got a Keego Harbor restaurant ready for the holiday season and for the winter with some special paintings and murals being done at this particular restaurant. We'll tell you where this is in Keego Harbor and tell you a little bit about these paintings as well. It also reminds you that you can snap a picture at a local small business and potentially win some cash through Oakland County. We'll tell you how to participate in that sweepstakes this holiday season and maybe get yourself a little bit of extra cash to help you pay for some of those holiday gifts as we get closer and closer to that time of the year. And while we're on that topic, the Jacket Club of Keego Harbor helping families that are in less fortunate situations this season as well. They're gearing up for the holiday season. They need your help, and they need you to sign up if you are in need of some assistance in our local community during the holidays. It's been Psych Week throughout the West Bloomfield School District, and they've recognized their school psychologists in the process. We'll tell you a little bit about their school psychologists coming up, and we'll recognize them as well. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media all day long on the Splash Live. Stay with us. Our program will continue after this short break.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiver.
Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We've been celebrating Veterans Day all throughout the week despite the holiday being on Saturday. It's really been a week-long celebration of our veterans in our local area here in the greater West Bloomfield community. That began earlier on this week on Tuesday at the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast, where we, along with our friends at West Bloomfield Parks, the West Bloomfield Police and Fire Departments, the West Bloomfield School District, and more, came together to celebrate our local veterans in a formal ceremony. We heard from Major General Robert Smith III from the United States Army. Chief Greg Flynn from our West Bloomfield Fire Department had a speech as well and hosted the event, was the MC of this year's event, and it was a great way also to learn more about our veterans community, to bring all of our veterans together in one location in the greater West Bloomfield area and have an opportunity for them to meet each other, share their stories, and maybe build some new friendships right here in our local area. If you missed that on Tuesday, it is available on demand, civiccentertv.com. Plus, check out our programming schedule for when the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast will replay both today and all throughout this Veterans Day weekend in our local area. There's also going to be some other special recognitions happening all throughout the local community and already underway in Oakland County, which began yesterday and will run all the way through Sunday. Certain buildings in Oakland County will have green lights outside their front door. These county buildings participating in what's called Operation Green Light, shining a green light at the entryway of your home or your business in order to say thank you to our local veterans, and Oakland County inspiring people and businesses in the local area to go get a green light bulb and change one light bulb at the front of your home and your entryway to be a green bulb to show your support for our local veterans all throughout this Veterans Day holiday. This post from Oakland County Executive David Coulter's office earlier on this week, as you see in the 26 East building, with 2 green lights out front to celebrate Veterans Day, and of course Operation Green Light in the Oakland County area began on Thursday, November 9th, running all the way through Veterans Weekend through Sunday, November 12th. But it's never a bad time to thank a veteran in our local community for their service to our country and for protecting the freedoms that we have each and every day. We'll have a chance to do that over the weekend on Saturday at a local Veterans Memorial rededication happening on Saturday in the West Bloomfield Township. Now, after the break, we'll talk to Bert Green, one of the people behind this rededication, and tell you the story of this peace memorial at the former Walnut Lake Elementary School location and a future location of the Chaldean Community Center right here in West Bloomfield Township. Stay with us. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media up next on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. on the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel 99. Catch the Lakers this Friday as they face off against the Clarkston Wolves, exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and thank you for joining us as we recognize Veterans Day in our local community. Over this Veterans Day weekend, we'll have a number of celebrations throughout the Greater West Bloomfield and Oakland County area, and one of those is happening right here in West Bloomfield and has quite an interesting story behind it. A peace memorial dedicated in 1972 by the Walnut Lake Women's Club was on the site of the former Walnut Lake Elementary School, closed in the mid to late 90s, and then slowly but surely that memorial less maintained over the years and was really hidden behind some brush and nature for quite a while before Steve Kay and Bert Green helped to restore it and reclaim it as the memorial that currently stands in place and will be rededicated on Saturday morning at its very location at 10:30 a.m. sharp. Joining us now to talk about the memorial and the rededication ceremony is Bert Green, a West Bloomfield resident on The Splash Live. Bert, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Travis. Good morning, everyone, and I'm happy to share the details about the event tomorrow and how things came to be.
Yeah, let's start with how things came to be, Bert, because it's a really interesting story behind this memorial. It was put up by a now no longer active club in our local community, and it stood there for a number of years, but with changes in our community, kind of went to the wayside for a while. So tell us the story about how you and how your friend Steve Kay ultimately found this memorial and restored it to its current state.
Sure. And again, thank you for having me. So yeah, on the site of the former Walnut Lake School that has been a few things since then and is going to be the future home of the Chaldean Cultural Center, there was a peace memorial. And I think it's important to distinction what a peace memorial is when it was erected and what it means. So earlier on that site, and this is on the site of Walnut Lake School, so it's basically Walnut Lake Road and Inkster Road across from the Ace Hardware and down the street from the Marketplace grocery store. There was this memorial that the Women's Club erected. First, the picture there is the original memorial from the 1940s, and then my understanding is that that was then relocated on the site when some construction happened, and they dedicated this memorial in 1972 from this now defunct Walnut Lake Women's Club. My friend Steve Kay and I happened to live in the neighborhood and drive up and down Walnut Lake Road, and we would see this area with shrubs and trees, and we didn't know what it was. Thank you for putting up that picture. If you were to drive by that, you would have no idea what is there. You can see behind it, there's a flagpole. So one day we took a walk and we looked behind there and we said, my gosh, this is some sort of peace memorial or veterans memorial. Why don't we clean it up? So one Sunday morning, without asking for permission, and I guess theoretically we were trespassing, we went back there for a couple hours on a Sunday morning and brought our chainsaws and our gardening equipment and our blood, sweat, and tears, and we cleaned it up and restored it to what we thought was original glory. Didn't know much about it then, but subsequently there's some great stories about how this came together, and a small miracle when we raised the flag on the flagpole for the first time. And it's culminating in this rededication ceremony tomorrow morning, not only rededicating this memorial, but also celebrating Veterans Day and a special performance of taps at 11 a.m. to celebrate Armistice Day and discover what the poem is as well. So it's a great little story. It's unique property because it's not on West Bloomfield Township land. It's not a historical marker, but it does have significance in our local community. And hopefully from this moment forward, it will be part of our community as a memorial to not only peace, but also to our veterans and those that have served.
And restoring this was a great effort. It was recognized by the West Bloomfield Township government and by other media, including us in the community back in June when this first was breaking. But now it's going to be rededicated on Saturday. And as you mentioned, this was the former Walnut Lake School location. It's been a couple of other entities over the years since the late 90s when the Walnut Lake School had closed. And it's soon to be the new location of the Chaldean Community Center. And so with a new ownership group taking over that land, just how welcoming was the team at the Chaldean Community Center to having that memorial remain in place as a historical marker and a marker of peace in our local community?
Yeah, it's been a great community effort. And I think in these times, we all need to come together, regardless of religion, background, race, or politics, anything like that. We need to support not only our local community and each other, but of course our veterans and any efforts we can make to make life more peaceful. So as soon as this started to happen, and it was basically, we did not know that they were going to knock down this structure as part of their reconfiguring their site for their community center. But as soon as the Chaldean Community Foundation got involved, Tom Haji, Martin Manna, Sharkey, whatever, they were extremely cooperative and accepting and appreciative of our efforts. They didn't know this was on the property, but as soon as they did, they said, of course, we want to keep it and save it. We honor our veterans. Chaldeans have had a long history of supporting and serving in our United States military. So they immediately participated and agreed to support our efforts. Not only in terms of allowing us on the property and letting the monument stay where it is in perpetuity, but also with some future financial assistance if we need it to maintain the site. We might try to put up some lights so they can project up on the American flag. West Bloomfield Township was fantastic. They got involved and helped us with some of the legal and logistic things to make this work. The Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society also stepped in to provide some background in the photos that you have and provide some support for our ceremony tomorrow. Noah Arbit, our state senator for our state House of Representatives for West Bloomfield, will be there, and we have his support from the Michigan legislature. And this is a really feel-good story about everyone coming together with no focus on cost and no focus on getting credit or things like that. But we all came together to do this for our community and to honor those veterans that have served. So it's been a great cooperative effort. We've all very pleased and honored. I'm expecting a very large turnout at the ceremony tomorrow, and it's a great way for all of us to come together, especially in these difficult times.
Yeah, and it's a great effort, and it really has been a community-wide effort to not just restore this memorial, but to rededicate it. It was something that was brought up really from the jump when this was restored, that at some point we want to have a rededication ceremony, whether it was on Memorial Day or on Veterans Day. Of course, it's now going to be on Veterans Day proper on Saturday, November 11th. Bert, tell us about this event, when it starts, and what we can expect from the rededication ceremony happening on Saturday.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and you know, the timing was surreptitious. It really, everything worked out to come together. So in the United States, it used to be called Armistice Day, but there's a deep honoring and respect, and it goes on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. Allies signed an armistice agreement and effectively ending World War I. And then for many years, we celebrated as Armistice Day. And it's interesting in doing some research for that, armistice comes from the Latin word of still arms, not your human arms, but weapons, to keep your weapons still and keep them down, to lay down your weapons and pursue peace. And so then in 1954, President Johnson changed it to Veterans Day, and it's been a national holiday ever since. So the timing worked out great. Not only could we rededicate this memorial dedicated to peace and those that served in the West Bloomfield and Greater Michigan and Oakland County area, but we can also combine that with Veterans Day. I did not serve in the military, but my father was in the Navy in World War II, and I was raised with a deep respect for those that serve in our armed forces and those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. You can see my hat. Folds of Honor is one of the organizations I support by playing my trumpet at the funerals of fallen soldiers and their family members. There's also Taps Across America, where I also play taps to honor that. And Veterans Day, it's called a national salute, where you play the bugle at cemeteries, at the tomb of the unknown soldier, and you use those brief few moments to pause and reflect on those that have sacrificed for our country. So the ceremony is tomorrow, Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. sharp, on the site of the memorial, which again is on the southwest corner of Inkster and Walnut Lake Road. You can't miss it. The Chaldean Community Foundation has graciously agreed to provide some refreshments. We'll have some coffee and bagels and donuts and cider and some water. And then at 10:30 a.m., we're going to start a ceremony. We have several public speakers, myself and Steve, representatives from the Chaldean Community Foundation, representatives from the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, representatives from West Bloomfield Township, Noah Arbit, and then we're going to have some war veterans or military veterans speak about the importance of it. At precisely 11 a.m., I will play the trumpet off to the side, and we will have a moment of silence for those that have sacrificed for our country. And then there'll be some additional remarks about the future of the site, and we'll wrap things up. So it should take about 45 minutes. It's open to the public, free of charge, no donations, no solicitation. Bring a camp chair or a chair if you wish to sit. But it'll be a nice little ceremony. We'll talk about how we cleaned up the site. The flag is already raised, which we'll talk about in a moment. And then I'll have some information about ways you can support veterans groups and support local charities involved in peace efforts in the West Bloomfield area. So I encourage everyone to come out. The weather looks chilly but nice. Parking is available on site, and we will have availability to answer any questions you might have.
And we will be there as well. It won't be broadcast live, but it will be broadcast, as we say in the business, live to tape. So you will be able to see that ceremony later on in the day and throughout Veterans Day weekend. Bert, we thank you so much for joining us today. Anything else that we should know about this new rededicated memorial or future efforts that may be going forth in this sort of way?
Sure. So there was a small miracle that happened when Steve and I raised the flag for the first time in perhaps 30 years. The rope that kept the flag attached to the flagpole snapped, and the flag should have come crashing down. But instead, and this is truly a miracle, the rope wrapped itself around the pole and somehow formed a little knot, and the flag is flying to this day, inexplicably with the cord not being attached. And when you get to the site tomorrow, you'll immediately be able to see this rope flapping in the wind and a flag suspended 30 feet in the air that should not be in the air because of gravity, but it is. So we're going to touch on that miracle. We believe there was maybe someone was watching over us or a higher power. And again, I'm going to have more information at the memorial, at the rededication, about ways that you can get involved with your time, with your energy, with your money, if you want, to support not only local charities, but also our veterans that surround us. So it's a great sort of feel-good story that all of us came together, and I'm just so thrilled and honored that I could be a
Bert, we thank you very much for your efforts restoring this Peace Memorial in our community, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the Peace Memorial's rededication in West Bloomfield. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Travis. And I want to thank you for your support and for coming out to tape the event. And I look forward to seeing the broadcast and supporting your efforts as we spread the word of this great project. Thank you all so much. God bless.
Thank you. Bert Green with us on the Splash Live, West Bloomfield resident, one of the people that was behind restoring this Peace Memorial in our community and recognizing our veterans in our local area. We'll have a full rededication ceremony for you on Saturday. It will happen at 10:30 a.m. at this Peace Memorial at the new location of the future Chaldean Community Center, 2075 Walnut Lake Road, as Bert had said. That's at the southwest corner of Inkster and Walnut Lake. Parking is going to be provided, and not only will there be speeches and a rededication ceremony for this Peace Memorial, it will also be recorded for you. So if you're unable to attend because of other Veterans Day festivities throughout our community, you'll still be able to enjoy this moment of history in our local area. Stay tuned to CivicCenterTV.com as well as our social media for more information. We'll take a break on The Splash Live. On the other side, more of your stories from your hometown on your community media. Stay with us. The Splash Live returns after this.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take a break and tune in to The Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on civiccentertv.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at civiccentertv.com and click Schedule at the top of the screen. And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. You can always stay up to date with us on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15, on Twitter and Instagram at Civic Center TV, as well as on YouTube at Civic Center TV, where you can find us live every single day for The Splash Live, as well as on demand and all of our segments, in addition, on our YouTube page. Subscribe for free and ring the bell. You'll get notifications every time we upload a video. That includes videos with updates on your local sports teams, including West Bloomfield Lakers varsity football, who continues their push for an MHSAA Division I championship tonight at the Swamp, the final football game at Lakers Stadium this 2023-24 season, as the Lakers rematch Clarkston on the football field tonight for the regional final. This is a matchup of two teams that met up in Clarkston in week 6. The Lakers losing a close game at the end, 36-44, but that score not indicative really of that game's performance. It was all Clarkston pretty much all the way. Sans a late comeback from the Lakers in that particular game. But since the Lakers have won 5 consecutive games, Clarkston's kind of been back and forth, but has had a really nice start to the playoffs, including an exciting come-from-behind victory last week in Lake Orion, where other than being down 2 touchdowns late in the game, that game had never been beyond a 1-score game at any single point. They played Lake Orion hard. They got a big victory last week, and they're coming back into town, going back on the road this week now, coming into West Bloomfield, another tough location to win in against another tough program with a chance at the state semifinals on the line. Lakers and Clarkston will kick off at 7 o'clock tonight. Our coverage will begin with This Week in Laker Football at about 6:30, the Laker pregame show just after that, and then kickoff, of course, at 7 o'clock. Now, due to MHSAA regulations, all of our regular outlets we've been on all throughout the regular season, again, are not going to be the case where we'll be broadcasting tonight. We'll be broadcasting on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel. That's Comcast Channel 19, as well as AT&T Channel 99 and their public access education and government channels guide. We'll also be live simulcasting this game on the radio once again this week on 89.3 Lakes FM. Should be a really exciting matchup with a chance for West Bloomfield to potentially win this game and move on to the state semifinals, where for the third week out of 4, they could potentially be going up against a team they've already seen this season. The first week of the playoffs, the district semis, they beat Rochester Adams at Laker Stadium. Last week was the only time they had not seen an opponent they've already played this season when they went on the road and beat Utica Eisenhower 24-6. This week, they'll see Clarkston, who they played back in week number 6, and next week, they'll either get Southfield A&T or Clinton Township Chippewa Valley, both teams they saw in the regular season earlier this year. So, plenty of storylines all in play tonight at West Bloomfield High School. Make sure you join us either at the Swamp. We're going to want an exciting home crowd tonight for the L Boys, or of course you can always join us on WBTV at 89.3 Lakes FM. Across town and on the baseball diamond, an exciting piece of news from Orchard Lake St. Mary's, as right-handed pitcher Aiden Donovan signed his national letter of intent earlier this week to play baseball at Michigan State University. He's been fantastic in his career with a very successful Orchard Lake St. Mary's baseball team. According to Prep Baseball Report, he's got some really great stuff. His fastball averages out around the high 80s and upwards of 90 miles per hour, a curveball between 74 and 76 miles per hour, and a changeup that tops out around 80 miles per hour. So already got some really nice stuff as he heads into college ball. Got another year ahead of him this coming season, this spring at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, as he prepares to head out to East Lansing and join a growing MSU baseball team that's got a lot of success ahead of them with Aiden Donovan on the pitcher's mound. Dayan, some great athletes on display in our local area tonight at West Bloomfield High School and all throughout the rest of this sports year during the high school season from all across the greater West Bloomfield area, not just at West Bloomfield High School.
We want to congratulate Aiden Donovan on his signing, and we want to congratulate yesterday India and Summer Davis along with Kendall Hendricks on their signing as well. It just shows how much talent we have in our not only in our West Bloomfield district area, but in our greater West Bloomfield communities. We have great athletic talents, great musical talents as well, great students overall, and a great educators as well. So congratulations to Aiden Donovan. And we do hope that the West Bloomfield High School Lakers continue their winning streak, uninterrupted winning streak, and continue this sequence of success. We wish them all the best for today's games, and we will continue to share a lot of posts on how you can follow up with this game today on Friday, on this beautiful Friday and clear Friday evening, Tyler.
Yeah, working on some extra Lakers coverage over the weekend potentially as well. And of course, you'll be able to see a recap of the game. If you're unable to tune in tonight, we'll have a recap of that on Monday's edition of the Splash Live. So as Dayan said, keep up to date with us on our social media. And as always, you can keep up to date with West Bloomfield Lakers football on CivicCenterTV.com/LakersSports. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, art on display at a restaurant in Keego Harbor, how you can support local small businesses and potentially win some cash this holiday season through Oakland County, plus how you can also help local families in need during the holiday season, or get access to resources you may need if you are a family in need of some assistance during this holiday season. More of your stories from your hometown on your community media up next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Find local municipal meetings at our program schedule on CivicCenterTV.com. Find when your meetings air live or when they're replaying on our Civic Center TV live stream. Find it all at CivicCenterTV.com and click Schedule at the top of the screen.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy. And if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
Your West Bloomfield Lakers football team is back in the playoffs. Join us for live coverage of all postseason on the West Bloomfield School District's TV channel, WBTV, Comcast Channel 19, and AT&T Channel 99. Catch the Lakers this Friday as they face off against the Clarkston Wolves. exclusively on WBTV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban, and thank you for joining us for your latest news and information, as well as special stories from all throughout the Greater West Bloomfield area 5 days a week. You can always keep up to date with The Splash Live. Watch us on demand. Find each and every one of our special segments by joining us on CivicCenterTV.com and find out all the times we'll broadcast our program live each and every day on CivicCenterTV.com on our programming schedule on the right side of your screen as well. As we get into the winter season and get ready for the holidays, so are some local businesses. A restaurant in Keego Harbor earlier this week got redecorated outdoors for the holiday season. Matt Jennings, a aptly named splash artist at Murals by Matty, painted the windows at the Lodge Grill and Bar in Keego Harbor with a winter and holiday theme, as you're seeing this wider shot of outside the restaurant on CivicCenterTV.com. Some more specifics as we'll zoom in on some of these. We had a number of different pictures put up on those walls and painted up on those walls. You see on the left side of your screen, you have a snowman and some birch trees on the right side, more birch trees, and a couple of penguins painted on the windows by the entrance door. In addition, there was a bear and other paintings, a barn and more outside at the Lodge Grill and Bar in Keego Harbor. That's on Orchard Lake Road. You can see those displays in person. And Dayan, really nice art put up on their windows there, and painted up by a local artist. This artist is from White Lake, lives in White Lake, and came out to Keego Harbor nearby to paint these few murals on their windows and get into the holiday season before that snow even hits the ground.
Tyler, it's definitely beautiful. I love all the arts that he drew. I mean, I can see on my screen right now the beautiful grizzly bear, the penguins, as you mentioned earlier. This is also beautiful. He's getting us ready for winter season, for this cozy, cold, and I noticed that the penguins were wearing some sort of a sweater around their neck. Maybe, I do not remember, but it definitely looks so cute. It entices these people also to get in this restaurant, gives them this cozy feeling of in the restaurant. So very, very cute drawing, very nice initiative, showing what our local artists can do and enjoying also a great meal at our local restaurant right here.
Yeah, Matt Jennings, the artist, snapping that photo and posting it on his social media yesterday after completing those murals. And you have a chance to go over to the Lodge Grill and Bar in Keego Harbor or other local businesses, take a selfie yourself, and maybe win some prizes from Oakland County, all part of their Advantage Oakland Local Gems contest that's already underway and running for about 2 more weeks, now through November 25th. If you go to a local Oakland County small business, whether it's a restaurant or a store or other, and take a selfie, you could be considered, for a business you consider to be a local gem. If you post that picture in their sweepstakes entry form, you may be eligible to win prizes upwards of $1,000 in cash. They have a $250, they have a $500 prize, and a $1,000 prize. Earlier on this week, Oakland County Executive David Coulter was out at some small businesses to introduce this new effort from Advantage Oakland for their Local Gems contest. And again, all you got to do is fill out a consent form online, submit your photo with your information to Oakland County in order to enter the sweepstakes. And there are some requirements in order to determine that, in order to make yourself eligible for this contest. Of course, the photos have to be original. It can't be some photo you took years ago. It can't be some photo you grabbed from off the internet. That's just a photo of the business. You got to be in the picture. The small business is also defined as being a, quote, independently owned and operated legal brick and mortar business, and end quote, here in Oakland County. To learn more information, oakgov.com, and hey, maybe potentially win some prizes while you support local businesses, Diane. All that more important to do this time of the year as we get ready for our holiday shopping, and some already underway, ready for the holidays this season.
Yeah, it's a great initiative by the Oakland County, by Oakland County to show off and showcase all these businesses and push people to go and learn more about the businesses in their local community. Sometimes we tend to not know about everything that's going on in our community, Tyler. We tend to buy stuff or visit different areas not knowing that we have a lot of hidden gems right here in our local community or in Oakland County as a whole. So this is a great initiative. It allows us also as people in the community to showcase these wonderful businesses to people who are outside of our community and entice them to come in, encourage them to come in and check out our beautiful, beautiful county and beautiful West Bloomfield and the greater West Bloomfield area as a whole and what we have to offer.
And if you're looking for some ideas for small businesses that you can support, there's a great resource is the West Bloomfield Chamber, the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce's website, westbloomfieldchamber.com. Or if you're looking even for some creative ideas for gifts this holiday season and you want to support local businesses, the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, as well as other local chambers, are very helpful as resources to help you find these small businesses that may have these specialty items or really cool things that you're looking for that perfect gift for someone in your life. You can contact the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce at 248-626-3636. Another great way to get more information is to go to their website, westbloomfieldchamber.com. And if you scroll over at the top of their page, West Bloomfield Chamber, and click on Chamber Member Directory, you can look through businesses. They have their websites. They'll have their category of business, some contact information, location information, all the different things you can look up about these businesses too. You can search for them to find that perfect business that you can support. And like Diane said, like you said, Diane, you know, it's easy to and maybe more convenient, and sometimes it's a lot cheaper to go on to Amazon or to go on to another website online and buy something that's at a little bit of a discount, but that little discount you're getting is really going nowhere. It's going to some big multinational corporation that's wholesaling these items instead of going to a small business where, yeah, look, you may pay a little bit more than you would get for some certain online outlets that have wholesaled these items or have special deals with vendors across the U.S. or around the world. But when you're paying that marginally different price at your local small business, that money goes back into your community, and it goes to support community events, community initiatives, local sports teams and youth efforts, local nonprofits and charities in the area. So supporting local businesses this holiday season, not just a great way to support people in your community, but to support the community as a whole. And on top of that, if you do so, it's an easy excuse to get out to a small business, take a selfie, submit it through Oakland County, through Advantage Oakland's Local Gems contest, and maybe win some money yourself to help pay for a lot of those holiday gifts. oakgov.com for more information. Also, there's ways to help people in need in our community this holiday season. Also a very important thing to do. And the Jacket Club of Keego Harbor is one of the premier local organizations putting that as their primary effort during the holiday season. They're looking to help families in need during the holidays. They're actively looking right now, putting out a message on their social media earlier on this week with information on how families that may be in need of some assistance this holiday season can sign up for services through the Jacket Club of Keego Harbor. If you're in need of assistance this holiday season, one way you can do it is you can get that assistance is if your kid is enrolled at Roosevelt Elementary School in the West Bloomfield School District, you can go into the school, go into their office, and ask about sign-up information for the Jacket Club of Keego Harbor if you're in need of some assistance, or if you're looking even better yet to volunteer and help them this holiday season as they're helping families in the greater West Bloomfield area and surrounding communities, especially in Keego Harbor. On your screen on CivicCenterTV.com, you're seeing pictures of some of their past efforts collecting necessities, whether it be food or toiletries or other items or even gifts during the holiday season. We know every year they do a coat drive and a winter clothing drive, also the Jacket Club, in order to provide those necessities to keep our kids and our families warm during the winter season. All of this a great effort to support people in our local community. That's your friends, your family, your neighbors, people in your city and the next town over. You can help right now by sending an email to the Jacket Club of Keego at gmail.com. And again, if you're in need of assistance, you can either sign up at Roosevelt Elementary School if your kid is enrolled there. If not, you can go to facebook.com/Jacket Club of Keego Harbor and send them a direct message or send them an email. Again, that email address, jacketclubofkeego at gmail.com. But Diane, nonetheless, a great way to get people involved and to provide some support if you're in need of assistance this holiday season. The Jacket Club of Keego Harbor, ready and willing to help and already underway with their efforts for the holiday season.
It's, Tyler, it's a very heartwarming initiative by the Jacket Club of Keego Harbor to show that they truly care about their community members and people in need in their community. And it's very easy to seek this help, so they're making it so easy. You can simply, as you said, Tyler, just contact them via email or simply visit their Facebook page or visit the Keego Harbor School, as you mentioned, Tyler. So it's very easy. If you are in need, definitely contact them. And also, if you are willing to help, also contact them. They would greatly appreciate some volunteer or any other help or any donations to help those people in need in your community. So great. Again, I say it, a great initiative, very heartwarming, and we are very thankful and grateful for all the work that they are doing right now and all the work that they have done previously.
Yeah, and they have great support in the city of Keego Harbor and throughout the lakes area. So if you're looking for even more information or you want to get involved and you're not able to get in contact with them, another great opportunity is to go to Keego Harbor City Hall and talk to either a City Hall official or the police department about the Jacket Club, and they know everybody in that community that is involved or can get you involved with the Jacket Club as well. And again, you can learn more information by visiting them on their Facebook page, facebook.com/Jacket Club of Keego Harbor for more information. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media coming up next.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Take a break and tune in to the Splash Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Join Tyler Kieft and Dayan Chaaban as they go through headlines, events, and update you on the day-to-day in Oakland County. Catch us live weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Watch us on demand at civiccentertv.com. Or watch us on TV at Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T at Channel 99.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media 5 days a week. Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. We also thank you for joining us or encourage you to join us every single day on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15. Like and follow us on there, as well as on our YouTube page where you can subscribe for free at Civic Center TV, or just search Greater West Bloomfield Civic Center TV on YouTube for more information. Subscribe for free. Hit the bell also on our channel, and you'll get information. You'll get notifications every single time that we go live with videos like the Splash Live, or earlier on this week we were live for the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast and more, all throughout the year. And of course, more information can be found on all of our social media, including our YouTube page and our Facebook page at civiccentertv.com. In the month of October, we recognized principals throughout the West Bloomfield School District, and this week, the school district recognizing our school psychologists as they recognized Psych Week as well. On Facebook, the school district wrote yesterday, quote, "Hats off to our school psychologists. They work with families, teachers, administrators, and professionals to foster safe, healthy, and supportive learning environments. Their expertise in mental health, learning, and behavior is instrumental in helping children and youth succeed on various fronts," and closed quote. In this image on your screen on civiccentertv.com, you see 4 of our school psychologists in the West Bloomfield School District. At the top left is Megan Caswell-Pohl, who's a school psychologist at Gretschko and Scotch Elementary Schools. On the top right, Nikki Horn-Mednick, who is a school psychologist at 3 of our elementary schools, Doherty, Roosevelt, and Keego. And bottom left, it's Fatima Muhammad, who is the school psychologist for West Bloomfield Middle School and the West Bloomfield Transition Center. And last but not least, in the bottom right, Kiara Hall is the school psychologist at West Bloomfield High School. Big thank you to each and every one of them for the support that they provide, Diane, not just to our students, but as the school district wrote in their post on their Facebook page, also providing psychological support and counseling as needed for families as a group or as individuals, for teachers, administrators, and others working in the school in order to create a positive and supportive learning environment for everybody involved. It is truly a team effort to educate our kids every single day.
Tyler, it's great that they recognize our psychologists because academia and learning and education and mental health well-being, it extends beyond just going to school or just attending those classes. For a student to be able to be successful in school and in their after-school endeavors, they must be psychologically well, mentally healthy, and these school psychologists are the first people to notice any difference. They usually talk to the parents, they communicate with the parents, they communicate with the educators, making sure that these children and these students are mentally healthy enough and are very well and psychologically well enough to obtain all this knowledge that they go to school to obtain initially. So, Tyler, it's a great appreciation. We truly appreciate all their efforts. It's greatly important that we have them at our schools, especially at this day and age, knowing that mental health truly does take a huge toll on not only adults, but also on children, whether they are facing some challenges at home or some challenges personally or in school. So we are very grateful for them, and it's great that they are being recognized for all the hard work that they are doing.
Yeah, and that's a great point too, Diane, because back years ago, and really even not too long ago when I was in school, if you had to go see the school psychologist, it was seen as more of a punitive measure or a preventative measure after some incident or some concern was brought up by a teacher or an administrator or others. And nowadays, that role has really expanded to being not just interventionary service, but also a preventative service, a interactive service that is necessary for our kids, for our administrators, for our educators, and others involved in school all across the board. So not only has that position become more important over the years, it has expanded and become more productive over the years as well. All the more reason we should salute our school psychologists as we recognize Psych Week, and of course, congratulations to them on the great work that they do each and every day and for their recognition by the West Bloomfield School District. Recently, we've been telling you a lot about ongoing scams in our local community. One that continues to be an issue in our local area and is being more widely discussed by the West Bloomfield Police Department is an ongoing scam involving phone calls that are being what's called spoofed. both their phone numbers and the name on your caller ID. It comes up as a phone call from the West Bloomfield Police Department. That seems like something serious, something you should answer. So you answer the call, and on the other side, they're claiming that they're either Sergeant Tom Kellman, who is a former sergeant with the West Bloomfield Police Department who passed away in February of 2019, or another official. Other officials also being claimed to be on the phone during these calls, saying that you have outstanding costs that need to be paid either to the Township or to Oakland County, or that you may face arrest as a result of not paying these different fines or these different expenses that you supposedly owe. Now, the West Bloomfield Police Department, of course, saying, no, we're not going to call you demanding money over the phone. We're not going to call you and demand money or threaten arrest. Earlier on this month, posting, quote, "Be advised, we are receiving numerous calls about individuals posing as WBPD officers demanding money over the phone. These spoofed, in quotations, phone calls show our phone number and caller ID. We will never demand payment on the phone or online." Again, that's the key point that they made in that post, is that they will never demand payment on the phone or online, and especially not at threat of arrest. So that's something that they want to keep people aware of. If you are receiving these phone calls, hang up. Call the police department's non-emergency number at 248-975-9200. Again, that's 248-975-9200 for more information, or at the very least, simply hang up the phone. Do not give them any personal information. Definitely don't make any payment information over the phone, and of course stay up to date on even more public safety information and news you need to know about ongoing scams or potential crimes in the local community you need to be aware of by joining the West Bloomfield Police Department's new newsletter. They released that earlier on this week. They'll be putting these out periodically with public safety information and some helpful tips. And Calvin, if we can put the QR code up on the screen for that so people can sign up. If you scan this QR code, you can sign up and subscribe to their newsletter to get even more public safety information. And of course, you can always stay with us right here on Civic Center TV and on the Splash Live for the most up-to-date news and information from the West Bloomfield Police Department all throughout your work week, Dayan. Great resources are available to help you not fall victim to these crimes in our community.
Definitely, Tyler. And as you mentioned earlier, it's a great idea to join the West Bloomfield Police Department's new newsletter. They will send you text messages, and they will send you emails about everything that's any sort of scam or any sort of event that's going on in the community. And also, you mentioned yesterday, Tyler, it's also a good idea because we are coming into winter season, and there might be some road blocks or some road safety information that they would want you to know. So it's also a great idea, not just for scamming. And with regards to scamming, and as I always say, we should always be vigilant. Make sure that it makes sense to us. Does it make sense? It doesn't really make sense to us that the police department will call us and ask for money or for a gift card. So make sure it makes sense to you. And if you want to double check, as Tyler mentioned earlier, close the phone, hang up the phone, and call the West Bloomfield Police Department or your local police department and make sure that they are truly asking for money or they are truly asking for information. Another step you can take is if it's unnecessary. And I'm one of those people that put my number and my information on any marketing website. If it's unnecessary, do not do it, because this is where scammers get your information from initially. So make sure that you are always one step ahead of these scammers. Make sure that you don't provide any personal information via phone or email. Make sure it's always through mail. Usually the police department and any governmental organization would ask you for your information via mail or to be present there in person. So just be vigilant and be careful, because scammers are really, really getting very good and better at this every single time.
Yeah, we've heard that before from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, as well as West Bloomfield and other local police departments, that if they do have some outstanding fines or collections or issues that they want to notify you of and you need to get in contact with them, they'll make initial contact through a mailer, or they'll just simply show up and make that initial contact themselves in more severe cases, but they will not make a phone call to you and demand that payment. So really good information from the West Bloomfield Police Department and their brand new newsletter. And of course, you can always stay up to date on the latest stories right here in the greater West Bloomfield community all throughout your work week, each and every day. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media each and every day on the Splash Live. Stay with us. Our program will continue very soon.